What's going on, everybody? It is after five, definitely after five. I'm here. I'm your host, Ali, and I know I'm sitting here with my other co-host,
Hey,
Drew.
it's Drew with the co-host of the After Five Crew.
Sam. Fabo from the After Fire crew.
So, where are we in the world today? We are in Palm Harbor, Florida, outside of Tampa, Florida. And today's episode is sponsored by J.O. Sloan Properties. And we have the distinct honor of interviewing the CEOs of J.O. Sloan Properties. Picking back, we have the lovely Olivia Sloan, who has a excellent resume. She's not only a mother and a wife, she has experience in the banking industry, interior design, and of course, she's the CEO of J.O. Sloan Properties. And sitting to her left is her wonderful husband, Mr. Jimmy Sloan. Now, Jimmy is also the co-CEO, and Jimmy got a few more projects that he's working on. Let's be on the lookout for those soon. And then there's their wonderful son, Jake, who's also a multimedia artist on YouTube. Check him out, Jake Neutron on YouTube. Welcome to the After Five show, everybody. Welcome.
Well, thank you for letting us be here.
We thank you for having us and sponsoring us with this beautiful Airbnb that we're going to get into.
We appreciate you letting us be at your property. It's definitely beautiful. We are here in South Tampa. How far are we from the beach, guys?
It depends on which beach. There's multiple beaches. The closest is a mile and a half.
Yeah, great. So listen, just kind of wanted to cover a little bit of things. Like, what was your motivation for even going into like an Airbnb business? I mean, like, how does that work? What was your thinking as far as like even starting your business? I gotta imagine that this is an immense project that you guys have done.
Yes. Well, I was in corporate America, of course, and
Sure.
I was just always curious about this business. And it wasn't a big thing at the time that I was thinking about. It's probably, more than 10 years ago. I was thinking about it and started doing research on it. And once I started seeing uh, what you could do with a vacation rental property and the type of money you could make, and it was outside of the normal way you rent a home.
Absolutely.
That was appealing. So, but I knew it was going to take some work and some investment to get into it. So,
What are one of the things you like your guests to get out of visiting your Airbnb?
well, I just really want people to enjoy themselves. I want them to, when they come into the house and everything that we offer here in the backyard, that it's an experience that they don't normally get. Because a lot of people have gotten into staying at Airbnbs and vacation rental homes and stuff. And, there's certain things that are not always available to them, and I wanted to offer those missing things. So,
Through the home, I see like the flow, like I see the ocean, things of that nature. I mean, like as far as the ambiance, where were you going with your meeting as far as your Airbnb is concerned?
well, what I was going for, I wanted to capture a beachy feel, but without the kitschiness. I wanted it to be a little more sophisticated.
Oh,
So that's what I was going for when I created what I did in there. I think it still feels like you're in Florida, and it still captures that beachy feel, but more sophisticated.
sophisticated but classy. I love it. I love it.
It's also, please forgive me for not introducing the brother-in-law, Barack. How do you pronounce your name?
It is. It's Barack.
Barack.
Right, Alexander.
Barack.
Right.
Alexander. And the brother-in-law sitting in for support. Want to say anything?
I like, the fact that she allowed me to do some of my own creativity on the property. So the fireplace that's featured here is a fireplace that I built myself from scratch. It's not this doesn't come out of a Cracker Jack box. It takes some craftsmanship, uniqueness other than just having a fire pit to sit around. It creates this, like you couldn't have this with a fire pit because you just have smoke fill, but it adds a nice backdrop and it's a little bit different and keeps smoke off of you and different things like that. There's some features that people may not think about. They want to do something with fire, but they don't really think about doing a fireplace outside.
Right.
But it's in many magazines of just bringing it to life. So me being able to come over here, spend time sometimes with the family and stuff, and light a fire really I get to enjoy it myself too. So
And this is what you do for a living?
this is actually what I do for a living. I actually build these for a living. I do stucco work, stone work, a lot of, like if you see it in a magazine, I can pretty much make it. That's what I take my pride in. I love the creativity of construction, not just doing construction and the monotony of it. It's the creativity of it. You want something unique, then that's what I do, and I love doing it.
Well, put your link in below. All of this, so they know how to find you, especially if they're interested in getting into an Airbnb business. That's going to be very essential.
Absolutely. Hey, so I mean, and that's wonderful. So, hey, to all our After Five guests, hey, if you need something like this, if you're looking for something that's custom made, you have definitely the information right here from my man, especially if you're here in the Tampa Bay area. I'll have my man. I want to get back to the other things that's offered in this whole ambiance. I mean, I see jacuzzis, I see definitely putting greens, things of that nature. What are amenities is available for this property, or like how does that transcend? Because let's talk about like what else you can put out here. I mean, what options have what options are?
Well, other options are you do have the heaters when it's cold
Oh,
outside.
nice.
You also have the flat screen TV that you can set up out here and watch
Super Bowl.
football game.
Great.
Whatever outside entertainment you have. You also have the speakers up top for the music.
Won't you get some of the people some of the amenities that you do have on the property? And why are some of the most things that you close to that people love to rent your property for to be in?
So one of the things that we have is behind Babe here is a swim spa. I know people are accustomed to coming to a property and having a jacuzzi, and this offers a little more. You're able to direct the jets so you can swim against them, get a little exercise or whatever, or if you just want to sit in it and enjoy the heated bubbles, you can do that too. But it's a much larger than a normal jacuzzi. So a lot of people, when they get here, they're very surprised when they see it. They're like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting that." So, but that's one of the things if you want to have a successful vacation rental home, you always want to have a water feature. People always want some type of water feature. This is a bonus. The fireplace. They added the putting green and different things for people to enjoy. They have a complete dining space over there. They can seat 8 people or more even really over there.
So, a question I know people are probably wondering, and I've heard this before: what is the advantage of choosing an Airbnb over a regular hotel?
Okay. Well, a hotel, you could get a room and a bed, maybe 2 beds, a little bit of furniture, and that's it. Some place to sleep. That's how I see, you come here, it's like you're at home away from home. So, but you might even have a few more things that you don't have at home here that you get to enjoy. It's your own personal resort. It's the way I see it.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
We can definitely agree with that.
Our viewers that we have out there, they're in the finance. A lot of them is trying to start their own business. What does it take for you guys to actually make a profit? What does that process look like?
Well, I mean, it's a long process. You definitely have to invest some money
Right.
in it up front.
Right.
And I say invest because I have seen a lot of properties where you can tell that the owners didn't really care.
Ooh, I
And
feel the
this-
love in here though.
Yeah,
I feel the love. I feel the sincerity.
exactly.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to get across. I
Right.
wanted to create a place that I would want to stay.
Right.
Because I don't take people for granted. I know everybody works hard for their money, and if they're gonna spend it with me, I want them to have an experience. That's what.
One thing I want to say for y'all leaving that on come to the amenities, the front yard.
Yeah.
Like when you just drive down the road, you just pull up like you just want to stop. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's a nice plus.
Yeah.
But with all the amenities I have right now, like at the putting green, you play golf.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want in the backyard.
Right.
You don't have to leave.
Right.
You don't have to really go to the beach. Like say you got a 10-city school.
Yeah.
You have Zebos
Yeah.
set up on them.
Right.
You do whatever you want in the backyard.
So essentially, in having an Airbnb, you're handling the customer service business.
Yeah.
We all know how that.
Yes.
So any horror stories you can share? Put that in.
You want to share it or you want me to share it?
Well, we had a few. One that comes to mind when I think about having some stories where some things have gone wrong.
And they do go wrong.
And they do
It's
go
just-
wrong. And just remember that anybody who's going to get in this business, things do go wrong. You know, it's just how you respond to it and how you go about fixing it. We had a gentleman here with his family, and he called my wife and said, "Hey, Miss Sloan, the ottoman caught on fire." You know, and I didn't really know what that meant, you know, because it was out, and I was trying to put together whether did he get it too close to the fireplace or what, you know. But he actually, my wife has some canister that you were supposed to light in the fireplace. He chose to light it on the ottoman, and he just burned it up.
Wow.
So there was one horror story that
There's still
I
wax
remember.
there from the
Yeah, and it's still got some wax up there from the explosion
Wow.
of him doing that, you know. But that was something that, if you really think about it, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. Nobody got hurt. You know, we just lost the auto, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, but that was one that comes to mind.
Absolutely.
And also another thing that my wife does that I thought was really smart was she would always ask for advice on how to improve. She would ask these guests, you know, what is it that you think that we need to do to improve your stay? And a lot of stuff that you see is because of that.
Right.
It's literally because of people, you know, saying, "Hey, you can improve by doing this or by doing that." You know, and that really helps to sell the property.
Anybody that comes to the property, I will say that there is a book out here. Everybody can read it. From all the guests that I've ever seen, stay here. It's natural in their own handwriting.
Yeah.
90% of them sign their name, so that's what you're gonna deal with.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about this property, are you on social media?
Yeah, on Facebook and Instagram.
So Instagram. So we'll definitely put that link below so people can come in and there's video where they can actually see the property
Yeah.
coming and growing. So yeah, give it a chance. Check her out on Instagram at olivia.sloan.52 on Instagram. And you're not on YouTube, are you?
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
So yeah, you got a chance to check the property out. Also, how do I book? So I'm here and now, you know, I'm interested in this property. Do I go to Airbnb.com or how do I go about booking this property?
You can book it through Evolve, or you can call me directly, call or text.
Number will be below.
Yeah. And I'll be happy to check the calendar and see what the availability is and you get pricing.
Wow. There you have it. Oh, baby, what you thinking as we wrap up? You know, another hot episode.
Not another hot episode. Another. But before we go, I want to ask one question. I'm thinking, if I wanted to get in the Airbnb game, what are some of the pros and cons that y'all ran through when you first started?
Well, I mean, when we first started, really it was just the fear of after, investing in it, are people out there that are really gonna want to stay here? Like, and then they started booking it, and it was like, oh, we got some here. People like this. Now I will say, fast forward to now, the market is saturated. It wasn't saturated when we started. Now the market is saturated, so we're hoping to elevate ourselves and maybe set ourselves apart in some manner, even through doing this. We just kind of have to now because the competition is so thick.
Right.
So just keep that in mind if it's something that you're interested in getting into right now. That the competition is thick. There's a lot of vacation rentals out there, but if you can find a way to set yourself apart and provide those amenities that people are looking for when they're away from home, they want something different from when they're at home, but they want to feel at home at the same time. And I think that's what we accomplished here. So just keep that in mind. if you want to get in the game at this point.
And also if you want to get in this game, there's some things that you have to look at. Now, we got a family member that's in the construction business. So we have an inside on a lot of construction that's being done on the property.
Right.
But now you're a person who don't have that. You have to also figure that into what you're going to do, time and money, and both of those have to line up.
Right.
Because the longer it takes you, the longer it's going to take you to get this property up and going. So you have to remember that when you're doing that. You have to remember time and money because that's very important in this business.
Brother-in-law, I like that shirt you got on.
Yeah.
I love that shirt. I mean, looking good. Is there a website or a social media that they can reach you?
Yes, it's HCI Stucco and Stone, and we also are launching a construction company called Home Love that we're affiliated with, and we're going to start doing general contracting, so we can take care of everything that you have to do with your home, your business, build out, stuff like that. We'll be able to take care of everything with smooth transition. So, so we got a lot of things going on. Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Look them up. Link will definitely be below. And you too can join. If you like the smirk, the swag that we wear and the merch, you join the After 5 team with us. Have a drink with us. We got the shirts. We got the hoodies. We got the shirts. You can hit us up on Instagram at Ali After 5. And you can also email us at aliafter5@gmail.com. Tell us you're interested in the shirt. We'll get that information out to you and you can reach us.
Anybody in the audience got something they want to say about?
Yes, she had mentioned Evolve. Can she explain what someone who never heard of them before, what they can do for you as a property owner, what type of things they offer, which you may not want to do yourself?
Right. So Evolve is a wonderful company that they will do as much or as little as you want them to do. I only have them involved as far as managing the listing on other sites. And in doing so, they have an algorithm and they determine the prices because they can see what's going on in the area and in comparison to what amenities that you have and the size of the house and so forth. And they can set the right price for you and you don't have to think about it. Whereas, I just had a set price before and I was probably losing out on a lot of money and I know there's software out there to do that sort of thing, but I don't want to be bothered with that. So Evolve, whatever you don't want to be bothered with, you can enlist them to handle. If you don't want to be involved with hiring a cleaning company, they can do that. If you don't want to be involved in doing the groundwork and keeping the grass mowed if we still had grass, things like that, they can provide all of those services for you.
For a fee.
Yes, yeah. I really love what they've done for us because with that algorithm and setting those prices and I think we've done quite well with them. And then having them manage the other sites, I don't have to worry about the other sites. I just get the bookings from the other sites, but that's because they're managing it. So I like it a lot. I highly recommend them.
Sound like a win-win to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have any more questions from the audience?
Yes, I have a question. Is there any other markets besides Tampa that you would be interested in putting an Airbnb home in or renting out a home in?
Not really, only because I'm a Floridian and I just kind of know this area and I was born and raised here and I love everything about it. I don't think there's any downside to this area except 99 degrees in the summer. It's just the perfect area. It's not the city and it's not the country. It's just the right mix of everything and the right mix of people. And I just can't imagine trying to manage a a vacation rental somewhere else. It just wouldn't make sense to me. If that answers your question.
Does thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
I do.
Yes.
So, as you guys were building the backyard, as you guys were remodeling everything, you know, things get hard in life and everything like that, but you know, a lot of great things come with it and everything. What's one advice that you can give someone out there that's wanting to do an Airbnb, but you know, they don't know where to get started, or even if they are getting started, but it's really tough for them? What's one advice that you can kind of give to them?
Location is key. If you're going to invest in a property, you're going to look into buying a property. Just that's the first thing, because there's a lot of things that people don't really care about. A lot of people may not even care about stuff we've done back here. They love the location.
Right.
Yep.
So that's so
Agree.
important. Just make sure that you buy in the right place.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm great. I'd like to know throughout this entire process, what was the most enjoyable aspect of this journey?
The most enjoyable was the decorating. It just felt like breathing to me when I was doing it. I could just picture colors in my head and how they would go together. Yeah, it was just, it was awesome. I would love to do it. Just
Are you willing to consult?
I am willing
Someone-
to consult. Absolutely. If someone wanted to reach out to me, wanted some help, I would love that, because the truth is you can put nice things in a home without spending a whole lot of money. I think quality is key. If you buy cheap stuff, you're just going to keep replacing it. And
There's a wisdom.
people just don't treat furniture the way you think they should. So you do want to buy quality stuff, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money doing it. So, you know, that's some advice, to just search. And I enjoyed that whole process of looking for things that I thought were high quality, and that would have an impact, but I didn't have to spend a whole lot of money to get it. So
And also, me, I don't have the vision that she has. I'll go on record as saying that. I don't have the vision that my wife has. But now, what I did learn from her was, if you're going to do this, one of the main questions you need to ask yourself is, would I stay here?
question.
And that's what you guys like. Power couple to balance each other out.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I think it's great that you're open to consulting, because not everyone has that vision or ability to make things work and flow together. So I think that's really good. You're open to sharing your skill with other people. Thank you.
Exciting.
My question is, how did the pandemic affect your business here?
What was
How did the pandemic affect our business?
Oh, yeah, that was an experience. So it was a pendulum. So when the pandemic struck and they shut everything down, bookings had to be stopped, cancellations, and you just kind of had to wait and see what was going to happen. Yeah. But because everybody was so restricted in traveling, when it reopened, it was like everybody was,
Just exploded.
it just exploded. It was one booking after another because people were just so hungry to travel.
Live life.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Live life.
So it just, yeah, so it swung back the other way. Now it's swinging back again, where it's slowing down because everyone's worried about the economy. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about, you know, people working hard for their money and being careful about how they spend it. I don't want anyone to come here and feel like they wasted their money. I want them to say, you know, that was money well spent. I really enjoyed my stay there.
Yes.
You know, and so that's what we're trying to
I
provide.
want to say, during that time period, I remember talking with you when you consulted me, and you
Yeah.
brought something that I'd never thought about, because it was around the pandemic time. And It was on cleaning, because some people
Yeah.
think that you can just clean and mob like you clean your house, and you
Right.
pointed out that no. During the pandemic, you have to deep clean. It's
Absolutely.
cleaning the doorknobs, it's
Yes.
cleaning the window seals, the bed rails, and the posts and everything. So it's not something that you can just in the walls. So it's not just something you can just take a mop and a broom and just do yourself.
Thank you.
Question: What are the main attractions in your mind that get people to this area? I know the beach is here, but other than the beach, what else do you think brings people here?
People come for Busch Gardens. The restaurants around here are awesome. There's in Tarpon Springs. Yeah, Innisbrook is golf. The golf tournament, the Innisbrook golf tournament, Valspar,
Yes.
every year in March. So keep that in mind. And also in Tarpon Springs is Greektown. It's the Sponge Docks. People come from all over the world to visit Tarpon Springs, and it's just 10 minutes up the road. And they have beautiful beaches up there too.
Got Gasparilla going
Yeah,
up right there.
Gasparilla in Tampa. The whole Tampa Bay area is just, there's so much to do and enjoy. You cannot possibly come to this area and be bored. If you're bored here, I don't know what to tell you.
It's all you.
Something else is wrong.
Right.
Hey, 'cause when we came, it was like when we got to the house, like
Yeah.
the party started here.
Right.
It's too much
Yeah.
to do here.
Right.
Right.
We can party here and
Right.
we try to get out later.
Exactly.
So we make it out of here. I
Exactly.
like it.
Yeah, we have people we have the trail that people like to get on and walk, and we have people who book here who cycle.
Mhm.
They like the close proximity to the trail so they can get on. They go for miles cycling and they come back and they hop in the hot tub and they feel great. You know.
Wow.
Now, prior to you renting out this home, was this your personal home?
Yes.
Okay.
We lived here for what, 18 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. We lived here. It didn't look anything like this.
No, it
It
did.
didn't look anything like this.
One question: would you move back here?
Is actually he's actually salivating to move back. He loves it so much, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I tell you why. When we first started renting the place, it was a psychological thing, being that it was our personal home. It took a while to get used to the thought of people being in my space that I lived in. Now that I've gotten over that, now it's like, I don't know that I want to live here. There's other people coming here and enjoying it. That's why I did this. I don't know that I'd want to come back in. But he's all for it.
We talk about it. You talk about it all the time. And how much I like it. You know. So
But we could find another place to do all this for ourselves eventually.
Have any more questions? That's it. Y'all know what time it is. You've been watching the show long enough.
Thank you.
So before we take this, the question that I always ask: what comes in your mind when you hear After 5?
when I hit after 5, I think of winding down and relaxing and having a nice drink. That's what I think about.
I can agree with that.
After 5 is forget whatever went on before 5, whatever, that 9 to 5, whatever it is you're working, it's time to let it go and woosah.
Anything? Jay?
I should be done with work and I should be able to take a nap.
Yeah, 1, 2.
So as you can see, these glasses are by our sponsors. It's got Sloan's on them, and it's got After 5 at the bottom. Toast to you all. Thank you for sponsoring After 5, the podcast on YouTube, of course, and allowing us into your lovely home. I wish you too much love and success, and hopefully there's another one that you're going to be coming soon. Some more locations as you expand projects.
I appreciate y'all letting us have the chance. He can come on the show with y'all to do this, and I appreciate y'all. Let's come to y'all. Love y'all.
Hey, I appreciate your openness, your hospitality, your genuineness to our audience. And man, we would love to have you back when you do get that new product.
With that, much success. It's 2023. We're doing big things.